Good morning, preloaders, and good morning, YouTubers. Today is Sunday, February 7th, and we are about to start practice. But I wanted to jump on just for a second to wish my special man a very, very happy birthday. Robert, I love you so much. Thank you for sharing your day with me and with the preloaders. Have a good one.
Out of his way. Are we out of your shot?
Yeah, shot.
Okay.
You're fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. No problems. Actually, I'd like to see you do the course.
Done. How do we start it?
If you see a double cone, that's an entrance.
Double cone is entrance. All right, double cone. He said we're going to do the course.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my preloaders. Always nice to have my preloaders here. So proud of you guys for setting the example of how important it is to be proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. It's very important. For those of you that are not preloaders, but you've been here before, if you want to become a preloader, all you have to do is subscribe, okay? If you're subscribed to this channel and you are dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation, that makes you a preloader, okay? So that's all you have to do. All right, so for those of you that have never been to this channel, welcome as well. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and this channel. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And the purpose of this channel is twofold. The first half is me sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I've received from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with an emphasis on slow speed motorcycle operation, because in my opinion, it's the most important aspect of operating a motorcycle because it requires 100% of your skill to keep this motorcycle upright. At speed, we know this motorcycle needs very little input from you to stay upright. But once you slow down 15 miles per hour or less, that's when your true skill of riding this motorcycle comes into play. And I want to help you get better at that because that's going to make you not only a safer rider, it's also going to make riding more enjoyable to you because it's always more fun to do something when you don't have to feel fear while doing it. Okay? That's the first half. The second half is I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And being the boss of your motorcycle simply means being in 100% control of this motorcycle without intimidation. Able to make right turns, left turns, and U-turns without feeling that fear, all right? And without being intimidated by this machine. Once you can do that, then you are the boss of this motorcycle. Okay, if you see me smiling, let me show you guys this. So this guy and his wife and his daughter were riding by, and they said, are we in your shot? And I said, no, you're not in my shot. And I said, okay, I don't mind if you do my course. And they would say, okay, let's do the course. And his wife almost fell once and she said, okay, I just don't want to, she said, I couldn't do this on the motorcycle. Not bad at all. All right, so I thought that was cool. I already asked them if they mind being on the YouTube and they said they didn't mind, so I'll leave that part of the video in. The little girl is so cute. Look at her, she's killing it. She's in the figure 8 right now. All right, anyway, guys, if you like this channel, if you get anything out of it, hit that subscribe button, like, share. Sharing is very important. We need to get as many preloaders as possible in this community so they can be safer riders. And if you want to be notified of any future videos I put out, hit that notification bell and switch it to all. All right. I also want to let you guys know that I hold practice sessions in this parking lot that I'm in right now on a weekly basis. All right. If you're interested in attending one of these practice sessions, and again, it's just for my preloaders. All right. All you have to do is send an email to this email address right up here on the right-hand corner of your screen, the upper right-hand corner of your screen over here, and put in the email that you are a subscriber and that you'd like to be added to the list, and put your name as well. All right. So today it is 47, 48 degrees. It's actually 46. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's supposed to be going up to close to 60 degrees. So you can see it's overcast. It's a little chilly. It rained a lot yesterday. The ground's a little wet, but it's going to dry up. I'm not worried about that. All right. As I always say, I don't know who's coming today. It could just be me. Actually, all right, we got Hunter. He just pulled up. So we got one guy here right now. I'm happy to see him. And we got to practice today. I know I got at least 5 people coming here from South Carolina. All right, that's a 2.5 hour trip. So I'm excited about that. Today we're doing practice session number 10. All right, so we're into the whole big numbers now, 10. And it's getting better and better. And I know that as the weather gets warmer, we're going to get more and more people out here. All right. I want to take this time to thank my preloaders for supporting the channel through donations. It's highly appreciated. I also want to thank all of my preloaders for their emails and their comments. All of it's appreciated. You guys know I don't take anything for granted, so I appreciate that. For all of you that would like to also support the channel through donations, you can do so via Zelle or Venmo, all right? And you can send that to the email address up on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And if there's anything else you guys would like me to have, you can send it to this address right here. All right, so we should have some fun out here today. I have 1 through 8 set up out here and 2 bonuses, the maze and the decapitated snowman. So once the riders get here, we'll talk to them and we'll get started. See you then, guys. All right, guys, so we got some riders that showed up. We actually got, if you can see that, we got 3 trailers from South Carolina. So we're about to get started out here. A little breezy out here, a lot cooler than I thought at first, but I know it's going to warm up. The sun is working its way through these clouds. All right, let's meet some riders. Here's the bikes. All right, we're going to look at them one at a time, but first we're going to we always have to talk to people that haven't been here before and it's their first time here. So we're going to introduce this young man right here. What's your name, sir?
Jeremy Marshall. How y'all doing?
All right, Jeremy, where are you from?
Columbia, South Carolina.
All right, like I said, we got a crew from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
How long have you been riding?
I say about 8 years, but owning my own bike 2 years. Yeah.
And you've only owned this bike for 2 years?
2 years, yep, 2 years.
What are you riding?
Say again?
What are you riding?
M109.
Oh, yeah, we got another M109. Let's go look at it. We're going to go look at it.
Let's go.
All right, is there anything you want to, first of all?
She ain't too pretty. We didn't get to clean her up. But
No, it looks good.
We got the basics. We got a 2-in-1 VPR pipe. We did a tune on it. We did Kenn air filters on it. You know, just the main stuff, you know, just to get her out there and get it going. Little power cruiser. You know, I can't be pretty yet and drive big Harleys like everybody else. So, you know, I get the little teenage bike, you know what I'm saying?
This ain't no little teenage bike. I can tell you that much right now.
Yes.
I do like the rims, the yellow around the edges of the rims.
Yep.
That is nice.
I didn't have time to clean her up, man. I came right off the road and came down here. I wanted to make sure I got here.
That's okay, man. Listen, this is not the bike show. It's okay. It don't have to look pretty as long as as long as you ride it good.
Oh yeah.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operation?
Well, now with the help from Kenn, I'm trying to get around 6, 7, right around there. I'm trying to polish and get all the way up, you know, get around that 9, 10 range, at least close as I can.
What do you rate yourself now?
I say about a 6, 7.
That's excellent. That is excellent.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him out here on this M109. A 6 or a 7. You guys know I'm only an 8. So I can't wait to see that.
Hold on. You're only an 8. Let's say, okay, 4 or 5. Let's go with that.
Okay. All right. Listen, don't go by me. If you think you're a 6, we can do the 6 thing, man. All right. Glad to have you here. Guys, do you see this guy over here looks really cold? You know who that is?
I'm just a spectator.
You're the spectator today. That's Bill. Bill, we still got to talk to you. Where's your motorcycle, Bill?
Oh, it's at the house in the garage, staying warm and dry.
I just made sure I'll put your F-150 in view so we can see you and it. All right? All right, thanks for coming, man.
Good to see you.
I appreciate Bill coming, even if he's not riding. It's all about support. There's a guy out there on YouTube that says Preloaders Unite. I forgot his name, but I love that. All right, I just love it. All right, we're going to talk to Dick now. Oh, no, I don't want to give Dick's name away. I'll let him tell you his name. How you doing, sir? What's your name?
Dick.
All right, Dick, no pun intended. How long have you been riding, Dick?
Since 1968, 69, somewhere in there.
Woo! Dick's been riding longer than I've been living. And guys, by the way, today's my birthday. I've been on this planet 49 years. He's been riding longer than I've been living, so that says a lot. Thank you. Happy born day. What are you riding?
The Heritage Softail.
Okay, how long have you been riding that?
Going on probably 10 years now.
10 years. Let's look at it. Which one is it? Show it to me. The gold and black? Soft tail. See, Hunter, this is what I was talking to you about. That's between Hunter and I. Hunter was telling me that he likes the bags off of his bike every now and then. He likes the fact that Indian, it's finished, so that he can take the bags off and it still looks somewhat decent. Coast Guard, thank you for your service. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate this motorcycle? How would you rate your slow speed operating skills?
5.
5 is good. And you're from South Carolina, correct?
Columbia.
Columbia. And let me tell you, South Carolina is representing out here because you're not going to catch any South Carolinians coming out here under a 5. That says a lot. They're 5 and up, and that's because they got Kenn working with them. All right? All right, Hunter. We got to get Hunter again. Oh, there I go again, giving names away. How you doing, sir? What's your name?
Hunter.
Where you from, Hunter?
Guyton.
So, Hunter, I want you to know I get comments and emails from people from the Netherlands, Switzerland, Saudi Arabia. Where are you from?
Guyton. About 20 minutes from here.
Oh, so Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
All right, Guyton, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been riding?
About 15 years.
What are you riding?
It's a 2019 Indian Chieftain.
All right, let's take a look at now. See, he took his bags off. His bags were over there. We sat them down. And you see what I was talking about? His motorcycle is finished behind the bags. So if he wanted to take those screws off and just ride like that, according to him, he likes that look. He said it makes the bike lighter so he can maneuver more. You know what my answer to that was? No, I don't care how much weight you got on the bike. You can still maneuver it. And those little bags are not going to make that much of a difference anyway. But it looks good. He's ready to roll. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, Hunter was here the last practice session we had, but he came like all the way at the end. And he did follow the leader with us. And I didn't put that in the video. I was so annoyed. I erased it by mistake. That's another story. But in that follow the leader, when we were just making little turns, Hunter was wide in those turns. So I'm glad to see him back here so he can actually go through this and we can practice. All right? All right, Hunter. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Thank you for your service. How would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
I still say about a 3 or a 4.
Okay. 3 or 4 is good. Have you been practicing since the last time I saw you?
I have.
Okay, very good. All right. Who else we got here? We got Bill shaking. Bill, just go sit in the car, Bill. It's cold, man. How you doing? I did it to everybody else. So I'm going to do it to him, too. All right, Ken, tell the people your name.
Kenn, with one N. Yeah.
Ken, with one N. Ken, how long you been riding?
About 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
And you're from?
South Carolina. From South Carolina.
Okay. What are you riding?
18 Road Glide.
Okay, we're going to go take a look at it. And we don't get a lot of road glides out here. As a matter of fact, Ken, you're the only one that has provided a road glide to us. And it looks good. Ken said, I'm okay with that. And the last time Ken was here, Ken was throwing this thing around very nicely. So, Ken, have you been practicing since the last time you were here?
A little bit, weather permitting. A little bit.
Exactly. How would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills? 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
I'd say with your help, probably around a 6.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That is excellent. I'm telling you, these South Carolina guys are not playing around. Matter of fact, the last time we had a South Carolina girl, yeah. She's not here. With your wife?
She went to Greensboro. She went to go play in the snow.
She went to go play in the snow. Okay, last but certainly not least, every time I say that, it's always one more person. And it is one more person. It's 2 more people. See, I did it again. What's your name, sir?
Lloyd,
Lloyd, where are you from?
Lexington, South Carolina.
All right. How long have you been riding, Lloyd?
On and off about 30 years.
30 years. What are you riding?
18 Ultra.
All right, let's look at this 18 Ultra. Oh, we got a big boy here. We got a big boy here. How long have you had this?
3 years. After I totaled my other one.
Yeah, see, I'm going to have to get a personalized cover for that because I see them all the time. Very nice, very nice.
When you do something stupid, you pay the price. I paid it. But the return was this. I high-sided in 2018
Okay.
in the mountains and totaled my other bike.
So nothing else was involved. It was just you and the road.
Just me and the road.
Okay, that happens. That happens. But that's why we practice.
And a stupid watching a car go past me around the curve.
If you had to rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give yourself?
A little out of practice, probably about 3 to 5.
Okay. 3 to 5. That's South Carolina, so I don't know. You might be lowballing us. We'll see.
I said I'm out of practice. I ain't rode it.
Oh, you haven't practiced? Okay, good, good. All right. He's handicapped?
Yeah.
See his tag?
I don't see his tag. Hold on.
Drop down.
Okay, but I have to take those plates with a grain of salt because I know guys that have plates like that and they're in the gym lifting more than me. So, you know, I don't know.
I got a $70,000 piece of equipment in my back.
Oh, okay. All right, so listen, take it easy out here. All
I
right?
ain't been riding no more.
Okay, very good. All right, last but not least, we got Ken. Ken, tell the people your name, please.
Kenn with 2 N's.
Ken, you're from?
Columbia, South Carolina.
How long you been riding?
On and off 35 years.
What are you riding today?
Today I brought my 05 Police Edition Road King.
All right, now you hear that, guys, right? Today he brought his. When you hear somebody say something like that, they're blessed. That means he's got more than one motorcycle.
That means he got a lot of debt.
That means what?
It means he got a lot of debt.
Yeah, you can have a lot of debt, but you got a lot of motorcycles, so that's a good thing. Now I rode this motorcycle. I thought Ken was trying to set me up, but you know, it brought back a lot of memories. 1 to 10, 10 being the best. I don't want to hear 7.3, but I know that's what he's going to say.
Well, you said you were an 8, and I know what you can do, and I can't do, so I'm going to have to say it was 7.5. I came up 2.
Okay, good.
Came up 2.
7.5 I like. I'm also going to say he's saying what I do that he doesn't know how to do, which is not proper. That's not correct. He might not do it as smooth, but he's doing it, and that's all that matters. This is not a beauty contest. All right? All right. Anyway, glad to have you all here. Let's get to it because we got to get to work. It's chilly out here, and us standing around. Bill's making me cold just looking at him. Look at Bill, you're not dressed appropriately, man.
No, apparently not.
All right, guys, we're going to get to it. Exercise number 1 first. First thing we're doing, exercise number 1. What exercise number 1 is, you guys are going to go around one at a time when I call you. I don't want you to come all at the same time. I'm going to be standing right there. I just want you to get up to about 2nd gear. And as you're approaching me, obviously you're slowing down. You're on your front brake first. Once you get under 20 miles per hour, you transition from the front to the rear. You make sure you're downshifted into 1st gear. Come to a smooth stop. Left foot goes down, right foot's covering the rear brake. And then when it's time to take off, preload, keep it loaded. Smooth coming off the clutch. And as soon as your motorcycle starts to move, put your foot right on the floorboard or peg. All right, that's all that exercise is about. We're probably only going to do that once or twice, because I think everybody is pretty smooth in that. But like I explained to people, that one exercise right there tells me a lot about where somebody is. If you're having a problem just taking off from a stop, everything else out here is going to be a challenge because that's, you know, all right? All right, mount up. Okay, I want you to go all the way around so you can start from back there.
Okay.
Okay? Reload. Keep it loaded. There we go. You heard that throttle go down? So we're going to work on that. Okay, he's good. That's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Perfect. All right, one more time. This time go all the way to the end. Preload and keep it loaded. That's how it's supposed to sound. You hear that M109? All right. When you take off, preload and make sure you keep it loaded that whole time. Good. There we go. Much better. I want to look at how they're putting their foot down. Let me come on this side. You owe me 10 push-ups. You're all over that front brake. Let's try that again. All over the front brake. Like not even like he didn't start doing it and go, uh-oh. He used it the whole time. That's why we practice. It's a hard habit to break. Good. Preload. Keep it loaded. Smooth takeoff. Good. That's very good. M109, baby. Perfect. Preload. I saw those fingers on that rear brake, on the front brake. Preload, keep it loaded, smooth takeoff. Go ahead. Oh, keep it loaded. We're gonna have to do that again. He didn't keep it loaded. Perfect. Preload, keep it loaded, nice smooth takeoff. Good. So we got two guys on the front brake. I'm gonna have to step back over there so I can see it clearly, but I can see his motorcycle clearly. 10 push-ups, you're on that front brake again. Huh?
Only use it when I stop right there.
Don't use it at all. You don't touch it at all. No, I said use the front brake when you first start braking. Once you're under 20 miles per hour, you don't use it again.
I hardly ever use it.
Oh, okay. All right. Reload. Good. We're having a front brake pulling convention over here, apparently. I'm gonna come back over here because a lot of people are grabbing it. Reload. You can park back where we started. Good. Indian Chieftain, this is Hunter. Good. You can go back where we started. Preload, keep it loaded. There we go. Nice. M109. You can let that front brake out now. That's 20 push-ups you owe me now. Let's try it again, man. Get off that front brake. Reload. I mean, he was still holding the front brake when he stopped, looking at me like, hey, what's up? I said out here, get ready. Good. Very good. You go back where we started. I want to have the M109 do it again because he's twice on that front brake. Am I going to get the push-ups today from the people that owe it to me? We'll see. Perfect. Perfect. Did you guys see that? He was on the front brake. Once he got to a certain speed, came off the front brake, went to the rear. Preload, keep it loaded. Meet you over there. Good job. Exercise number 2. All right, so Jeremy asked a good question. He wants to know what's the purpose of not touching the front brake when you're coming to a stop. So the answer to that question is, as a matter of fact, somebody sent me an email about it. They said they were out practicing, and when he finished practicing, he went to the gas station. And when he was turning to make a stop, he grabbed the front brake by mistake. Bike went right down. If you grab the front brake on your motorcycle at slow speeds, it raises the chances of your motorcycle falling. The rear brake is all you need at slow speeds. So when we're riding on this cone course, everything that we're doing, you're incorporating, you're never using the front brake, ever. So that's the whole purpose behind the push-up penalty, because you got to kind of retrain your brain. There's no reason to even touch it, ever.
Even straight line, now I never do it in a turn.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand that, but straight line, you know, I've always kind of relied on the front brake.
The reason why you want to train yourself not to ever touch it is because then if something happens, you're going to go right to that. And that's when it happens. So truth be told, if you're doing normal stuff and you grab the front brake, yeah, you should be fine, especially if it's a nice squeeze, easy squeeze. But when the crap hits the fan and you panic, if your habit is to do that, that's what you're going to do. It's going to put you right down. All right? We're going to do exercise number 2 now. This is the slow ride. So all I want you guys to do is go around. You can all go around at the same time and line up right there, but come one at a time. And all that exercise is doing is getting you to get accustomed to staying in the friction zone, going at a nice slow speed. I want you to go slow enough so that you feel like you're going to lose your balance, and then just keep letting the clutch out. You're preloaded the whole time, all right? Everything we do out here, you're preloaded and you're keeping it loaded. That way you don't ever have to worry about the throttle. Once it's loaded, all you have to worry about is letting your clutch out to give you power. And if you give yourself too much power, that's where the rear brake comes in. It's going to regulate you. It's going to help regulate your speed. And in this exercise, you'll notice that you're going to be doing this with your handlebars. Sometimes smashing the brake down and making your suspension do that helps you balance more. You know, we'll see. It all depends. You don't have to get to that point, but I want you to get to the point where you feel like, uh-oh. Okay? All right, let's line up.
Preload and staying at the same RPM.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess my bike, see, I got a little bit more.
You got a lot of play.
I noticed even with Kenn's bike, his is real. You know, when I rode his before, I could keep it preloaded.
Yeah.
Mine, I got to kind of
Okay, so what I'll say to that is, what he's saying is that you're saying that your throttle is sensitive, so it's tough for you to keep it steady. So you want to, all right. My answer to that is, do whatever works best for you. If that's what you're accustomed to and it works, do it. What I'll also say is, I will acknowledge the fact that yes, the throttle on these M109s is very sensitive, but I can hold that throttle with no problem. And even if you can't hold it with no problem, even if I have to hold it a little bit higher, the only thing getting through is what I'm letting through with the clutch. So if you as long as you have good clutch control, it doesn't matter. The issue with that, especially with the power of that bike, is if you're doing this and just one time the clutch is out a little too much, that's going to happen. So, all right, but good question. Keep them coming. Questions are good. We want people to ask questions because I want everybody to be clear on what we're doing out here and why we're doing it. All right, Ken's going to go first, probably just to show him how it's done. Using that rear brake. His throttle's kind of low. It could be a little higher. Preload! Get that throttle up. Keep it up. Keep it loaded. I can actually see his engine starting to shake when his throttle's too low. Are you duck walking that bike? He's duck walking his bike out here. Perfect. Perfect. As soon as it starts to move, so this is just like exercise number 1. That's why we do that first. Remember when you take it off, preload, keep it loaded. As soon as the bike moves, pick your foot up. It's the same thing anytime you move. So you should never be, you want to move, preload. So you're going to be doing the same thing if you want to move a short distance, that's this exercise. Okay, preload, keep it loaded, more. Okay, turn it out nice and easy. Very good. Ah. It's okay. That's what happens when your throttle's too low. Good thing he wasn't in the turn. If he was, he would have fell. If he was in the turn, he would have fell. So good thing he wasn't. But he did very good. Beautiful. Very good. Good job. Load it. Keep it loaded. Good job. One more time. Good. Keep it loaded. 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 So when he started getting to the end, he started coming out of it. Stay in it. Keep that throttle up. Much better. Much better. Very good. You can park over there. Perfect. You can park over there. Very good, Dick. Very good. Throttle, clutch, rear brake. Slow down. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Slow down. Okay, so he's kind of going fast through it, and when I tell him throttle, he goes faster. I want him to use the rear brake so that he doesn't go fast. That's the point. So I'm going to have him do it again. Good, good, good. Excellent. Park over there. Excellent. All right. So remember, Hunter, the purpose of this is to go as slow as possible. If you can go in a straight line, you're going too fast. All right. So when I say throttle, that doesn't mean go faster. It means get your revs up. Use that rear brake to slow you down, and the clutch is going to control if you need speed, okay? All right, preload. Keep it loaded. Give me some more. Okay. Slow down. There you go. Much better. Oh, you're like a new man. Okay, go park. Perfect. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. So guys, remember the purpose of exercise number 2 is, because we do exercise number 2 to practice. We practice that when we're in the real world riding. Approaching the red light, you see the light's red, there's no reason to rush up to it, so go right into exercise number 2 and practice safely because you're in traffic. So you pretty much have the confines of that lane that you're in to do this stuff. That's what that exercise is for. That exercise is also for, like when I saw Jeremy, Jeremy was advancing from one spot to the other 10, 12 feet, and he was doing the duck walk. No, that's what exercise number 2 is for. Anytime you want to move your motorcycle, just like exercise number 1, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick your foot up, and now you're in exercise number 2. All right? So you look at it like this. In exercise number 1, when you pick your foot up and you go, and I tell you to keep it loaded so I don't hear your throttle go down, that's because it should not be going down because you're going off. The light's green, you're going in the 2nd gear and 3rd gear, so there's no reason to come out of your throttle. Now, in exercise number 1, if now there's traffic, now when you come off your clutch and you start to move, now you're in exercise number 2 because it's a slow ride, it's traffic, okay? All right. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. Oh, you guys gonna love this one. In a second, I'm gonna demonstrate it. Everybody knows what trust and believe is, right? No? Okay.
I trust you're not going to kill me. I'll leave my mind.
All right. So all trust and believe is, we did 1, we did 2. You're going to put your motorcycle at these cones over here. And when I tell you to, you're going to make sure you're in 1st gear. Your right foot's covering the rear brake. You're going to preload and keep it loaded. Now listen, when I tell you guys to preload and keep it loaded, the keep it loaded is the most important part, especially when we start doing stuff where you're incorporating leans and turns, because that's not the time to not have power going to the rear wheel. But in this case, you're not moving. The motorcycle is standing still. Preload, keep it loaded. I want you to find the sweet spot on your clutch and then get right under it. So that way when you need the power, all you have to do is slightly move your hand and you have the power. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your left foot. Motorcycle's still not moving. When you feel like it's going to fall, just open the clutch. It's called trust and believe because when you really trust and believe that as long as you have power going to your rear wheel, your motorcycle won't fall, it's going to make everything else easier. It's going to make when you lean your motorcycle more comfortable because you already know as long as there's sufficient power going to the rear wheel, your motorcycle will not fall. Okay, that's not my opinion, that's a fact. Okay, all right, so let me just show you really quickly. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, make sure I'm in 1st gear, because I made that mistake before. Cover the rear brake, reload, keep it loaded, find out where my sweet spot is. There it is, so I'm gonna get right before it. And then I'm just gonna pick my foot up. As soon as I feel like the motorcycle is gonna fall, let my clutch out. Now you saw my motorcycle went to the right. That's letting me know the motorcycle is about to fall to the right. If I go to the left, that means my motorcycle is falling to the left. Do it one more time. First gear, check. Cover the rear brake. Reload, keep it loaded, find the sweet spot. Stay right under it. Pick up your left foot. All right? So I could do this all day. As long as there's power going to the rear wheel, it doesn't matter how much I'm leaning the motorcycle. See what I mean? Doesn't matter. If I let that power out, so that's another thing too. It becomes even more important when you're leaning that motorcycle to make sure there's power going to the rear wheel, because at that point, That's the only thing keeping the motorcycle up. All right? All right. But that's, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. So your natural reaction when the bike is that low is to take power out, protect yourself because you think it's about to fall over.
That's an excellent point. When the motorcycle feels like it's going to fall, here's what people always do. They do the opposite of what you're supposed to do. A, they want to put their foot down. B, they want to squeeze in the clutch. So now you don't have any power going to the rear wheel.
I was sitting there watching that. I was like, when is he going to push the clutch?
Nope. The clutch is, I keep that clutch. When I say preload and keep it loaded, what you're doing in exercise number 2 is what you're going to do in everything else that's going to incorporate that kind of lean. Because you want to keep that steady power to the rear, sufficient power. So that's why if I hear that your RPMs are low, like when Ken first went through this exercise number 2, his throttle was too low. I actually saw his engine shaking. That's right before it's going to shut off. It's going to stall. I'd rather you be too high than too low. Because if you're too low and you make a little bit of a deviating mistake with your clutch, boom. And you can get away with that if you're just doing this because your motorcycle just turned off, no problem. But if you're in a turn and that happens, you're going down. Because your motorcycle's heavy, but I don't care how heavy it is. As long as there's power to the rear wheel, it's not going to fall. So you figure the weight of you guys saw when I did this with my wife on the motorcycle, 2 up. So you got a 900-pound motorcycle, me, my wife, stuff in the saddlebag, the tour pack, it doesn't matter. As long as there's sufficient power going to the rear wheel, the motorcycle's not going to fall. And this exercise is going to help you trust and believe that a little bit. Because you are going to feel you're going to feel like, uh-oh. But the only thing is, I want you to get accustomed to when you do feel that, just do that. Because you're already loaded. That's why we stay loaded, so we don't have to worry about this. All we have to do is this. All right? Any more questions? Oh, Bill, you're making me so cold. It looks like somebody called attention. Is it hot? Hunter was like, I don't want to go first. Okay, so what are the steps? Make sure you're in first gear. All right, cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Pick up your left foot. As soon as it feels like you're gonna fall, let your clutch out. See, no. You got this. You got it. Nobody's rushing to do it. First gear? Okay, cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. See how much your clutch is in? Pull it out to the sweet spot. As soon as you feel it, there you go, right before it. Preload a lot. Try it again. All right, first gear. Cover the rear brake. There we go. Preload, keep it loaded. Get right before that sweet spot. There you go. Oh, that was scary, but nice. All right, trust and believe. No, that wasn't it. You just didn't let the clutch out too late. 1, 2, 3. You still had the clutch in. Let's try it again. Remember, I want you right before the sweet spot, so all you got to do is that. Give me more throttle too. More RPMs. Okay. Let it out. There you go. You're like a new man already. All right, you're in first gear?
Yep.
Cover the rear brake.
All right.
Preload, keep, well, your motorcycle's loud, so find the sweet spot first. And be right before it. Don't squeeze the clutch all the way in. Right, that way when it's time for you to go, all you got to do is that. Preload. Keep it loaded. Yeah, leave it just like that. Keep it high. Pick up your foot and let that clutch out. It's okay. It's only the first time. Good. All right, so last time what you did is once you started to move, you got out of the throttle. Preload and keep it loaded. Get those RPMs up. 2,000 or more, that's what I want. Okay. Let it out. Let it out.
Raise my left leg, I automatically flip my right leg.
Yeah. Good. Let the clutch out. There we go. Remember, once the revs start, all you got to do is that. All right, that's all you have to do. As long as your revs are good, you're good. All right, you ready? More. Pick your foot up. Let the clutch out. You hear that? Last time. I just noticed there's no fender on the front. I knew something looked different.
Yeah.
All right, remember the only thing you got to do once that rev is up is that. All right? There we go. He's got his clutch pulled in way more than I'd like, but good, much better. Let it out, good. All right, that was excellent. Let's do that again. Make sure we keep that throttle up. Once you start to move, don't let out of the throttle. Preload and keep it loaded. There we go. Woo! Perfect. Let it out. Ah, you got it, man. Let it out. Perfect. That's perfect. All right, this is your last time. You got it now, though. Reload. Nice. Exercise number 4. Right and left turns from a stop. The infamous right turn and left turn. So you're going to see what we did here in exercise number 1. The way you take off. That's the same way you're taking off here from a stop. The only difference is you're turning your handlebars. Okay? You're also, somebody just turned the heat on. You're also going to be going from exercise number 1 into exercise number 2 while making that turn. everything else is the same. So you preload and you keep it loaded. You're covering the rear brake, of course. Smooth release of the clutch, so you're taking off smoothly. The only difference is your handlebars are turned. And now you're doing the same thing you're doing in exercise number 2. If you feel like something's not right, you're going a little too fast, that's what the rear brake is for. But you have to turn the handlebars. Now you don't have to turn the handlebars before you make this turn. There's plenty of room if you stop at that line where you can actually go straight a little bit, which kind of helps you get your balance a little bit to make that turn. But if you guys, has everybody here watched the last video I did on this? Yes? Okay, good. All right, the first time I want you to go through this, I want you to just go straight through it. Don't stop. Left turn. And then we'll do the same thing going right. And then the second time you come through, I want you to stop at the line. All right? And all we're going to do is, just like you did at exercise number 1, you're going to preload, keep it loaded, covering the rear brake. The only difference is now you're going to look to the left, because remember, we look and then we turn. Look and then you turn. So you're going to look where you want to go, let the clutch out slowly. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick your foot up. Okay? The motorcycle's it's already going to be going to the left a little bit anyway, because your left foot was down. When your left foot is down, the motorcycle is slightly leaned to the left already. So when you pick it up, it's already going that way. Some of you guys that were doing trust and believe, when you picked up your foot and your motorcycle went to the left, that's because that's the way it was starting to fall. This is not trust and believe, so I don't want you to think this is. You're actually doing the same thing you were doing here. When you feel the motorcycle move, then you pick your foot up. In trust and believe, you pick your foot up, and when it feels like it's going to fall, you go. Everybody clear? All right. Are you going, or are you just, okay. Just straight through. You guys can follow each other straight through. Good. Don't hit me. You tried to hit me. All right, he cheated. We're going to get him to do that again. He's got to come up to this line. We're going to get you to do that again because you cheated. You got to come up to that line. Come up to this line. Right there. Okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Cover that rear brake! Cover that rear brake! Preload! Keep it loaded! Preload. Keep it loaded. Look in that direction. Look where you want to go. Keep it loaded. Good. Preload? Huh?
I get real mad at myself, so.
That's okay. Keep it loaded. Good. Whoa. Stay right there. Okay, what I want you guys to understand about this turn is you don't have to lean the motorcycle. So Ken, with one end, when you make this right turn, you're letting the motorcycle fall and barely making the turn. You're almost catching it. I don't want you to, you don't have to lean the motorcycle to make this turn. You can do this straight up. Now, when you guys went straight through without stopping, I noticed some people incorporate lean, and I don't mind that because it shows that you're comfortable. And I also noticed that when Dick goes through here, he has very good clutch control. Remember, I told you guys, when you're doing the exercise number 1, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, you pick your foot up. I see some of you guys, your foot's like this, and as the motorcycle starts to move, you're keeping your foot on the ground until you can't do it anymore. Now your foot's back here. Pick it up right away. Use that clutch and that throttle. The throttle you don't have to use, it's already preloaded. Use that clutch and the rear brake to take care of everything else after you pick your foot up. So when I make this turn, and you guys are making the turn way behind that white line. So if your front wheel is behind this white line, Jeremy actually does this very well. His front wheel's behind the white line. He goes straight until about right here. Now, if you make the turn like that, yeah, then you have to lean because now you're deeper into the turn. But if you start from right there, you can do it straight up. No problem at all. I'm not telling you not to lean. I just want you to know you don't have to lean. So if I stop right here, I'm looking where I want to go. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, I'm going to pick my foot up straight up. This is just clutch control. This is exercise number 2. No reason to lean the motorcycle. And keep the handlebars turned. The reason you keep hitting that last cone is because you're coming out of the turn. Because you're making the turn fine. Also, you start going too fast. When you give the motorcycle power, it wants to go straight. That's why you hit that last cone. Right turn, same thing. So I always want you to practice this. As I'm talking to you guys, and now I'm getting ready to pull off, exercise number 1. As soon as this motorcycle moves, this foot's coming up. I'm not telling you to go that slow, but the point I'm trying to make, guys, is this is slow speed motorcycle operation. And I understand that when you get a little nervous, the answer is let me just give speed. You don't need to give speed, you just need to give power to the rear wheel. So as long as this motorcycle has power, I'm fine. I got my foot on that rear brake. If I feel anything, I just let my clutch out a little bit. Because initially, when you first go to move, most of the time, because you're already preloaded, it's going to be a little bit too much power. And it's going to feel like, oh, that's where the rear brake comes in. Boop, check me right away. Okay? So now, of course, if I'm... Of course, if I'm right here, Now, like Jeremy, I have to kind of lean to make this turn. All right, we good? All right, let's do it again. Beautiful. That was nice. Just let that clutch out when that happens. That's all you got to do. We just got here. Don't worry about it. We're warming up. Don't get discouraged. What are you looking at down here? Because I'm looking at you looking down there. Don't look at that. You're injured. Just listen. All right? Keep your head up. Then turn your head where you want to go. Good. Good. Oh, beautiful. That was perfect. Perfect. Come up some more. All right. Preload. Keep it loaded. Turn. I want you to pick this foot up when you're moving up. All right? That's just, I don't want you getting injured. All right. Even the broken clock is right twice a day. Copy and paste. That was perfect the way you did that. Do it again. Beautiful. Oh, perfect. When you come back around, do a left turn. Nice. All right, come on, Hunter. Turn those handlebars and keep them turned. Turn, turn, turn. Hey Jeremy, after this one, do a left turn. Perfect. 2 perfect turns. See, right there, he's going too fast. And he's not turning the handlebars enough. Yeah, too much fast, too much speed. Use that rear brake. Listen, you stay on your bike, man. I don't want your back getting messed up. You stay on the bike. You sure? All right, man. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, so that's a prime example. He wants to go left and he goes straight. That's why we practice. Nice. Don't look at those cones, Jeremy. Straight ahead, look at the horizon. There you go. Much better. Over here you did. Too much speed, that's all. Preload, keep it loaded. Turn your head, look at the horizon. Yeah, I know, I've been there, man. He wants to turn and he's going sideways. It's all right, you're good. There's a little clutch mistake, that's all.
Oh, what my problem. Usually when you make a left turn, you're going over one lane and then making the left.
The only problem is when you get into the turn, you feel like you're gonna fall and you're giving it too much throttle. You're going too fast, so it shoots you that way. All you have to do is make sure the clutch is not giving you. You want power, but not too much. And stay on that rear brake. Turn the handlebars all the way. And you're also looking down. Look up. Caught it at the right time. Preload, keep it loaded. That throttle up. Throttle, throttle. Exercise number 5. Keep your head up. Make sure you keep your head up, yeah. We're going to exercise number 5. After this, we're going to 5. You can come back and do this. I want you to come back and do this. So remember, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the exercises. And of course, if we get to an exercise that you don't feel comfortable with, obviously, I'm not going to tell you not to try it, but if you don't want to try it, that's fine. But once we go through everything, I want you guys to go back and work on what you need to work on. And most people go back to this because, again, this is the exercise that if you have to make a turn somewhere and if there's traffic coming in the other direction and you go past that line, right? But the point is, that should never even enter your mind that that's going to happen because once you practice this and practice this, you're going to get to the point where you say, I want to go that way, and that's the way you're going to go. Okay? All right. Now, single serpentine. This is the one exercise where we're going to incorporate leaning the motorcycle, dipping and diving, swinging and swaying. Okay? And that's what I want you guys to do. These cones are 15 feet apart. Okay? You see that I have them going right down the line, and then on both sides is another line. There's a line here and there's a line here. What I want you guys to do is kind of be in the middle. Well, actually, let me walk over there and show you what I'm talking about. So when you come through this gate, I want you to come out wide, and I want you to come close to this cone, or closer to this cone than you would be to that cone. Because if you start going through these serpentines too close to this cone, it's going to catch you at the end unless you really start leaning the motorcycle. Okay, so the first thing I want you to keep in mind is this is a slow speed motorcycle operating course. So I want you to do this slowly. I don't want you to just speed through it, okay? Come out wide when you come through here. As soon as you get right here, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one of the most important things. I want you looking at the last cone and keep your eyes on it. So when you're turning, your head doesn't move, all right? Always try to keep your eyes with the horizon, all right? That's gonna keep you up, all right? A lot of you guys making that turn, if you didn't have your head looking at the cones, your eyes were looking at the cones. That's why I always say head and eyes, because it's your head and your eyes that's gonna matter where your motorcycle goes. So in this case, straight ahead. When you come through here, as soon as you get through here, your handlebar should be turning so that you can make the next turn. Don't wait until you're right at the cone to turn. Start turning here. And that way, when you pass this cone, you're close to this cone as well. Come out to at least the middle. So you're always coming to at least the middle. That's your goal. That's going to force you to kind of lean the motorcycle. Now, if you're going really slow, you could do this whole thing straight up, no lean at all. But I want you to lean the motorcycle, okay? And you're going to see the more you do it, your lean is going to start getting more and more pronounced. All right, let me run through it and show you what I want you to do. All right, the other thing I'm going to say, it doesn't really play too much into this. You're in the friction zone the whole time you're in here, okay? Now what I do when I go through this, you preload and you keep it loaded like I always say, so that when you're going through this, you don't ever have to worry about your throttle, unless Jeremy wants to pop his, which I don't think he should, but you got to do what's comfortable for you. That way, if you're preloading, you're keeping it loaded. And remember, all the movements that we do are slight movements. They're subtle movements. We don't do anything herky-jerky out here, unless you're doing some type of emergency operating maneuver, nice and easy, okay? So because you're in the friction zone, what I do is, when I need my power, usually it's right in between a turn, just let my clutch out, clutch out, clutch out, clutch out. That's it. I don't have to worry about this, it's preloaded. And you'll hear the whole time I'm doing it, my engine is the same or about the same. It's not going high and low, about the same. But what I'll say to that is, if you go high, I'd rather that than you being low. Okay? All right. If it's ever anything, guys, you're not exactly clear about, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Trust me, somebody else is thinking it, if not here, somewhere in the world. The whole time I'm doing this, my head is straight up. And if we want to practice clutch control, I'm going to do it with my throttle even higher. It's not going to make me go any faster because I'm controlling the power with the clutch. So that's how you practice your clutch control. I don't care how high I rev it. It's only going to go as fast as I allow it with the clutch. I'm the boss. I tell this thing how fast it's going to go. All right? All right. All right, so we got Kenn going through. I see how fast he's going? I don't want them to go that fast. Now see how fast he went? I don't want you to go that fast, okay? Don't kill each other seeing who's gonna go first. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Nice. already know Dick is good at this. Got Kenn with one in. Ah, we're looking good here today. There we go. M109, baby. Oh, he's too far into it. Let's see. Oh, he's doing very well. Very well. Oh, I love it. I thought he was going to have a problem. That was good. That was excellent. Excellent. Oh, he's going that far. Good. Good. He's looking at the cones. I can see from here, but not bad at all. Oh, I like it. Using that rear brake. And you'll notice when Kenn is doing this or anything else, he gets real close up on that tank. Scoots himself up on the seat. All right, now you're going to start the other side. Oh, good. Okay, he's on that rear brake. I was about to say he's going a little too fast. Beautiful. Okay, good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. See, and this is what happens. He's going down a lot wider than he was before. We're warming up out here, and it's a lot harder to do that when it's cold. Excellent. Nice, and you can already see by that U-turn that he just made that he's going to do fine in the U-turn. See how wide he started out? He was almost past center. Perfect. Perfect, man. Perfect. Perfect. I like it. Oh, I was just getting ready to say that this is the first time that everybody has gone through and not one cone was hit. I swear I was just getting ready to say that. Look how wide he starts out. I love it. I'm telling you, there's something about watching that M109 lean. It's just. I need to make a video just on you doing that. That's how good it looks. But stop staring at my cones. Park right here, because we're getting ready to move to that. All right. Very good, man. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's freezing out here. Beautiful. Park over here. Perfect. Park over there. I mean, that was just outstanding. All right, so all I'm going to say is that was almost orgasmic to watch. And I started to say this is the first time ever that we've gone through this and not one person hit a cone, and then Kenn with one end clipped the cone. But he just clipped it. You can see it's not like ridiculous. So
No, you push out further for me.
that was excellent. No, there's never push-ups for hitting a cone. There are 30 push-ups sitting out here owed to me from exercise number 1. But we're not going to talk about that. All right. But seriously, that was beautiful, okay? But it shows you strengths and weaknesses. Hunter can't turn his handlebars over there, but in these serpentines, I mean, he looks so natural doing it. Does anybody know why that is?
A little bit faster speed.
That's right. The more speed the motorcycle has, the less responsibility you have, okay? So it's a lot easier. But believe it or not, there are still people that struggle with that. They're like this. But you know, you just have to practice. That's all it's about. Okay, we're moving on to exercise number 6, which is the U-turn. This U-turn is 27 feet wide. So my question to you guys is, does this offend any of you? Do I need to move it in? No, okay. I always have to ask. So what I will tell you is this. It might be 27 feet. Doesn't mean you have to do the whole 27 feet. So if you know, like Kenn with 2 ends, that you can do it in 18 feet or less, you still got the lines there. So all you have to do is go by the lines. Forget about the cones. All right, I'm going to say that to all you guys. Don't focus on the cones. They're there as a reference. All you need to know is that when you pull in here, this is the cone I want you looking at as you're approaching. And then you're looking at it because this is your target. Actually, a little past here. But I want your wheel as close to this as possible. Because in my mind, we're going to act like the only space you have is 18 feet. That's not the case though, so don't worry about that. Remember, the goal here is not for you to make 18-foot U-turns. The goal is to get your confidence level up. And it will come if it chooses to. Put your wheel here. That's your goal. As soon as your wheel gets there, turn your head. See my camera? That's what I want you looking at. I don't want you looking at that cone because it's too far to the left. I want you to look at my camera. I'm going to be standing there, so look at me if you can't see my camera. Look, turn. Look, turn. And when you turn, snap your head. Because if you turn your head slow, you're going to turn slow. Now, obviously with 27 feet, you have plenty of room to turn slow. But we're not going to do that. Remember, what's going to determine the radius of your turn is you turning your head as far as you can, and you leaning the motorcycle as far as you can, and you turning your handlebars as far as you can. Now, if you have all 3 of those things, you're going to be making U-turns in 16 to 18 feet. If you don't, if you give up on a few of them, you're going to sacrifice some space, and that's fine because we have 27 feet to work with. So what I'm going to say to you is the one thing we're not going to sacrifice is turning your head. You have to turn your head. Don't turn your head slight unless you have some problems with your neck. Turn your head as far as you can because when you turn far, it actually starts to turn your body a little bit as well. All right, so, and when you turn your head, turn your handlebars as much as you can, okay? You're in the friction zone. So when you're pulling up to this, if you're not in the friction zone, that's fine because you really don't have to be. Exercise number 1, when you're coming to a stop, you're not really in the friction zone. Your clutch is all the way in. At that point, you're letting the motorcycle coast and you're just braking or downshifting. If you're trying to move at the same time as you're stopping, that's when you're in exercise number 2. So whichever one of those you want to do is fine. However, once you get here, I recommend that you are in the friction zone because I want you guys to have as little as possible to think about when you're getting up to this. I'm not trying to add a lot of pieces to the puzzle. So let's scratch what I just said. Stay in the damn friction zone, right? When you get up here, turn your head, turn your handlebars, preload and keep it loaded before you turn your handlebars. Like when you're turning your head, before you even turn your head. How about that? Preload and keep it loaded before you even turn your handlebars. So when you're pulling up here, it's already here. already. Turn your head. Now, all you have to worry about is the clutch. The power's already there. All right? I also want you guys, Lloyd was telling me he gets mad with himself. We just got here, man, so don't worry about it. We got to warm up. We got to practice. And when Lloyd said that to me, I think he only went through there 3 times. We got to practice. And he hasn't ridden for a while, right? Yeah, so, all right. Okay. Is everybody clear about that? If you're making the right turn, same thing. You come into this cone over here. Preload. Keep it loaded. Turn your head. Look at my camera. Now, if you can't see my camera, if you don't have that kind of dexterity, look as far as you can. Once you start turning, you're going to be able to see it. Okay? And as you see it, go for it. Like, that's your goal. I want to hit that camera. Don't hit it, but that's the goal. Okay? All right, any questions? Ken, you got it? Now, you're going to notice, I'm sorry, Ken, when Ken goes through this, he kind of comes all the way out here and turns in. However you want to do it is fine. Some people give a little momentum thing, you know, however you want to do it. He's going to do a right one as well. Now, here's one thing I'll tell you about Ken. He's not turning his head a lot, but it's also because he doesn't really have to. Once you get to a certain level, you just turn the handlebars as far as you can. It's going to go, and you lean, it's going to go that way anyway. But it's good to have a habit of doing that because it does come into play. All right, who's up first? 109? Yep. All right. No, you're good. Thank you. That's good. Pick that head up, though. Snap his head. Good, good. Much better, much better. Just by him picking up his chin, you were able to see the difference. Very good. That's about 20 feet. That's good. Nice head turn. But he's looking at the cones with his eyes. You're looking at the cone with your eyes. Look at my camera. That's why we say head and eyes. Nice. About 20 feet. Good. Nice. Nice. That was nice. See how he used the momentum? Very nice. Looks very smooth on that M109. Beautiful. All right, pick your head up. Nice. Beautiful. Do a right turn coming back. Right turn coming back. The only reason that scared me is I didn't hear his engine. I saw that lean. I just knew he was going down. All right, we got to tell him to slow it down. That turn would have been a lot tighter if he was going slower. Get that throttle up. All right, let's go. Get that throttle up. Turn your head. That's good though. That last U-turn you made would have been a lot tighter if you were going slower. All right? That was about 19 feet. And what did he do? He slowed down. Throttle's nice and high up, it just went down. Beautiful.
Try to get it down.
It's just the throttle. You gotta let the clutch out, that's all. Throttle's nice and high. Turn that head and eyes. So you're making the U-turn perverted. And what I mean by that is your head is turned, but your eyes, they keep looking at the cones. Just look straight at this camera. Trust me, you're good, man. That last U-turn you made, not that one, the one prior, that was about 19 feet, man, just by slowing down. Beautiful. Much better. And kid, I want you to look at me too. Turn your head. Dick, you too. I want you to actually turn your head and look at me. You're kind of doing this. Turn your head. Okay. Yeah. You're looking late. Look, turn. Look, turn. It's got a throttle up. Head turned. Good, good, good. Perfect. Perfect. Head and eyes. His head and eyes were perfect. Beautiful. He's manipulating that clutch. He's using it. And that rear brake. That's what you need to do. Dick won't look up at me. I don't know. You don't like me. You don't want to look at me. I get it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Gotcha. I remember. He had an operation on his neck. I remember now. Kenn here doesn't have a problem leaning at all. Beautiful. It looks better without the fender. You're better right than left, which is surprising. Let's try it again. This time keep that throttle up. Smooth as butter. Beautiful. Hunter, we're going to go to exercise number 7. Figure 8. All right, we'll work on it. Exercise number 7. Figure 8. The U-turns look very good. All right, Hunter, you're just going to have to practice some more. And the only thing you have to do is turn the handlebars and lean the motorcycle. Okay? Trust and believe that. Now, let me tell you, Kenn with the one end, at one point he leaned his motorcycle and I felt it in me like, oh. And I only felt that way, not because of the lean, but I didn't hear his engine. His engine's kind of quiet anyway, so, you know. But as long as you have power going to the rear wheel, exercise number 3, trust and believe, don't worry about it. Okay? Jeremy, excellent job in the U-turn. It just looks, artistic. I don't know if it's the color of the motorcycle or what, but it looks artistic with that motorcycle leaning. Watching him manipulate that clutch and try to deal with that sensitive throttle, good stuff. All right? So now we're going to incorporate all of that stuff that we did. Because remember, guys, these exercises are not in this order haphazardly. It's all for a reason. They all tie in together. All right? All we're doing here is what you just did over there. And what I mean, this is a figure 8. This is 27 by 46. It's a ton of space, right? What I want you to do when you come through this gate, this is pretty much the middle. It's not really the middle because I extended it 6 feet. But this is the cone, this is the area I want you to pay attention to. But when you come in here, you're coming over here. I want you to use all of the space that you have. So you have from that gate to this gate. I want you to come about right here. And basically you're just going to make a U-turn. But when you turn your head, I want you looking over here. I'm going to stand right here when you're doing it. So when you're coming through when you come to make that first turn, I'm going to be standing over here. And then when you go to make the next turn, I'm going to move over here. Every time you go to make a turn, I want you to look at me. This is the focus the whole time you're doing this figure 8. Aside from when you first come in. When you first come in, you're coming over here. Same thing you did over there. Preload, keep it loaded, snap your head, and then turn your handlebars. Head, handlebars, head and eyes. I told Jeremy, a lot of you guys were doing the perverted turn. That means that you're looking with your eyes, not with your head. So your head is turned, but your eyes are looking like this. We guys know we all did that. You know, you got your head one way, but your eyes are looking the other. That's what you guys are doing. All right? So make sure you head, handlebars. As soon as you turn. Now again, you have the same amount of space you had over there, 27 feet. So if you want to use it all, look at me. I'm going to be standing right there. And the key to this is I want you to come directly towards me. Don't go towards that corner, because if you go towards this corner, you're just making these turns tighter for yourself. And you also want to make sure you're not going too fast. That just complicates things. When you come towards me, and I'm going to tell you when to turn, I'm going to point, if I have to tell you. When you get right here, when you're about to turn your handlebars, squeeze your clutch all the way in. Come out of the friction zone just to turn the handlebars. This is the only move that you're making that's kind of herky-jerky. Not really, because you can kind of do this smoothly. Now, you don't have to pull the clutch all the way in. However, it's making the handlebars a lot easier for you to turn if you do that. Because as long as you have power going to the rear wheel, your motorcycle wants to go straight. So if you want to make this turn easy, it's a very quick movement. You're in the friction zone, 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 squeeze, back in the friction zone. Now you're going this way. Same thing, come all the way around. I'm going to be standing over there, look at me. And you're doing the same thing. You're coming towards me, squeeze, clutch, handlebars, boom. All right? This exercise is actually preparing you for the next exercise. We'll talk about that when we get to it. All right, so let me just run through this quickly. So see which way I'm facing? I'm facing this way. This is where I'm going to squeeze my clutch in, turn my head. Now obviously when you turn your head here, you're not going to see me standing here. Just keep your head turned until you can see me. You're looking for me. Head turn. Which way I'm facing? Squeeze the clutch in, turn the handlebars, turn your head. Squeeze in, out. Now you don't have to squeeze the clutch in. Right now, I'm not squeezing it in the turn, so you don't have to. M109! Let's do it! Keep it loaded. What's he doing wrong? You cut yourself short by like a lot. Okay. You're making your U-turn where I am. You need to come all the way down here. Then turn. That's why that turn you're not making. It's too tight. Okay, so let's do that again. Right. God damn! Shots fired! Preload! And you're still cutting yourself short. Try it again. Still cutting yourself short. Now slow down. Slow down. Okay. Look at me! Good, good. Throttle, look at me! Throttle, throttle! Good. Oh, man! Turn too early! What'd you say? Yeah. You were perfect! You just turned too early right here. All right, who's up next? So I'm screwed up on the seat? That's what it does. It makes it easier to make these turns. He's using all the space that he has. No good? He doesn't like it. Now Kenn has done this before. Good? Good? Turn your head. Turn your head. Perfect. Perfect. Hunter, if you're not ready for this, that's fine. If you want to stick to U-turns, exercise 4 and 6, that's but it's up to you. Let's come on, Dick. Now Dick has done this before too, so. running so short a lot, but he's got plenty of room, so it's fine. Good. See how slow he's going? That's what it's not a race. It's slow speed motorcycle operation. That's what you're supposed to do. Perfect, Dick. Perfect. All right, we got Lloyd here. Get the throttle up. Good, 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 good. Pick your head and eyes up. Throttle. You all right? And that's what it's all about. If you know what you did, that's the best part, because then you can make the correction. But what I'll tell you guys is 99.9% of the time, outside of mechanical failure, if your bike goes down, it wasn't enough throttle to the rear wheel. It's the only thing that's keeping it up. So if it's not there, it's going to go down. And he was fine all the way. He's kind of buried too. So what I want you to do, if you could turn your head and your eyes more, it's almost like you're stiff.
So that's as far as I can go with my head.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep it that far the whole way, because eventually you're going to be able to see what you're looking at anyway.
I tell you, another thing that'll help you, I was watching, if you don't mind.
Of course, you know I don't mind.
You're watching where that front tire's at. And what Robert taught me down in Florida, what's at my front tire doesn't matter. It's where I want to be. But quit looking down. You're going to go down.
It will. He just got to reset it.
Yeah, you got to reset that.
Turn it off, turn it back on.
Are you okay?
Turn a little bit.
Well, if you need to shut it down, man.
I'm gonna go play around out there to see what it feels like.
A hero ain't nothing but a sandwich.
Quit looking
That was
down.
slid by me.
That's not, you look
That
at the
caught
cone
me
you're
off
going
guard too. I
to.
was like, oh wait.
All right, let's get that M109 back in here. If you want to do it again, Dick, that's fine. Ken, if you want to do it again, that's fine. I knew you weren't going to have a problem with it, because you did it last time and so did Dick, so I knew you were going to be able to do it.
Lloyd just gets pissed off with himself.
I understand, and that's good. It's good to get a little annoyed with yourself, but don't beat yourself up. If you know what you did wrong, do it again.
So, how wide is this compared to the U-turn?
It's the same.
It's the same.
3 parking spaces.
Because I feel good going left.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good going right.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm coming out of there, it's the swapping to the other way.
Well, yeah, my advice is, because even your U-turns, you're just making them. So if you're just making it, yeah, this is going to be tough because of the transition. Because at that point, if you're just making it normally, now you're trying to do a transition, you're losing space. All right? And you're also going a little fast over there. I want you to, go kind of slow. Yeah, start it up, man. Let's see it. So I would definitely continue to practice at that until you can at least feel comfortable enough to come in here and do this. But again, if you want to come do it, sometimes, because everybody's different. You might be struggling over there and get struck by lightning over here. I don't know. Woo! All right, got Jeremy on the 109. Ripped himself off again. Start over. You did a lot of space over there. Slow down. Perfect. Oh, he's going again. Too fast. Going too fast. You made it anyway. It was done. You just went through again. So that don't even count. That was good. He He put the foot out. He's gonna start over. I like that. He's being disciplined and strict on himself. The fact that he put his foot out, he said, "I'm done." He could have kept going, but he said, "Nope, I'm shutting it down." Good. Excellent. Beautiful. That's what you do. You dust yourself off, you get up and you do it again. Good. Throttle. Kenn is another guy that lives on the edge of the friction zone. Very scary for me. Nice recovery. Good. All right, let's make sure we don't have a broken clock syndrome. Good, now using all the space. Good. That happens. We'll have him try it again. You all right, man?
I got.
All right, guys. Exercise number 8. All right, this is offset serpentine. So now, what you were doing in that figure 8 is very relevant here. When you come through this gate, I don't want you to go straight towards these cones, because if you do that, this is a hell of a turn. And then you got to get to these. I don't want you to go straight for these either. So remember in the figure 8, when you made a turn, and instead of going for the corner, you went for the side? That's what you're doing here. As soon as you come through this gate, I'm also going to let you know, you don't have to come through this gate straight. You can come through it sideways. I don't care. Because you're going here. And as soon as you get here, just like the figure 8, one thing I saw Jeremy doing very well, turn his head, turn the handlebars. Turn his head, turn the handlebars. That last time when he couldn't get the handlebars around, his head wasn't turned. And if his head was turned, his eyes were facing down. You want to always be the horizon. If your head's up, you're going to stay up. Okay? So you're coming here. Just like over there, turn your head. Now you're going to go through here. So when you go through this gate, you should be close to this cone initially. And then when you get right here, see how you're sideways again, just like you came through that gate? Because now you're going over here. Same thing, just like that figure 8. Look where you want to go. Turn, your head turn, your handlebars turn. Same thing. You're close to this cone initially, and when you go through the gate, you're pretty much going through sideways. So every time you go through, you're kind of coming through sideways, and now it's almost like you're going back towards the gate you came from. This is going to make it so much easier for you to get through these gates, because the turns don't have to be so tight, because you're coming from here rather than being here. Here, yeah, this is a tight turn. But if you do it the other way, you're almost going straight through the gate. All right? Let me show you what I mean. And I'm gonna go through and stop. Every place I want to emphasize, I'm gonna stop. So this is where I am initially. Head and eyes going that way. As soon as I turn my motorcycle, as soon as I turn the handlebars, I already looked there. Now I'm not looking there anymore. Then I'm looking over there. Okay, but I'm not looking at those cones. I'm looking to the left of them because I'm not going to the cones. All right, but if you want to look at the cones to get you to go in that direction, that's fine. So once I get here, I know I'm going to the left. It's almost like I'm going back where I came from, just like the figure 8. Come through, right here, look where you want to go, look where you want to go, all right? Throttle! That son has been fighting for the longest to get through. It makes a quick appearance and it goes away. But it's a lot better than it was earlier. The wind has calmed down a little. Good. He's going to come back through. Richard's doing this very well. That 109 keeps making me think something's falling. Throttle! He's making those turns like very soon. See how he's going around the cone? See? He's not coming out enough. That's why he's hitting the cones. He's got to come out further. He's starting his turns too early going through the gates. See how early he's starting that turn? He was starting all of his turns too early. So Kenn doesn't have a problem leaning the motorcycle. But, so because of that, he's figuring I don't have to worry about turning late, I'll just turn early. Because he can compensate for it later. but he's turning so early and leaning so much that he's hitting the inside cone. Remember, I said you should be closest to the outside cone. So there's no reason to ever hit the inside cone. Okay? But this is his first time through. All right, let's do it, Jeremy. There we go. Nice. Nice and wide. Good, good, good. Throttle! Throttle! Nice! That was trust and believe right there. That was trust and believe. Because I just knew it was going to happen. And then he gave it the throttle, let the clutch out. Throttle! Throttle! Throttle, throttle, throttle! Ah. You had it, man, you had it. Oh, we got Hunter stepping up. Good. He's not going out wide enough. See? There's no way he's going to make it. There we go. He told somebody else to go. He's got to work on his U-turns, and that's what's up. A man's got to know his limitations, at least for now. Beautiful. See how Rich came right toward me when he first started? Perfect. His head and his eyes are good. His throttle control and his clutch and rear brake are always good. He makes it look easy. You hear his brakes? He's working them. Beautiful. Coming through the gate at an angle like I told him. Puts him right in the proper position. And if you start out good, you should end good. Just carry on what you did from the beginning throughout the exercise. Perfect, look at that. So that swing, he looked like he was in a figure eight right there. Oh, he said screw it there. He wasn't going to do it anymore. All right, we're gonna move on to the bonus exercise, which is the maze and the decapitated snowman. Hey Ken, you see what you're doing, right? You're going straight for the cone instead of coming to me. And that's why when you get down there and you were hitting those cones, you were making all of your turns early. So you want to always go away from it and then go straight through. You should be coming through like this, not like this. Okay? It's going to make it way easier for you. Guys, start over. All right, we're not going to go to the bonus exercise yet because I want to see Ken do this. I mean, I already know he can do it, but I want to catch him doing it today. He's done it in the past without hitting any cones. There you go, just like the figure eight. But you see, he's still hugging the inside cone. But he can compensate for it because he doesn't have a problem leaning the motorcycle. See, nice and easy. All right, when he comes back, we're gonna go to the bonus exercises. Throttle. Preloading, keep it loaded. Beautiful. All right, the maze, baby, the maze. All right, so this is the maze. And the maze is basically a series of U-turns. But if you can't make an 18-foot U-turn, you're not gonna make the maze. It's a series of 1, 2, 3, 4 U-turns. That way you're getting evenly. 2 right, 2 left. Okay? All right. All right. For those of you that choose to accept this challenge of the maze, it's a series of U-turns. 2 right, 2 left. If you cannot make an 18-foot U-turn or less, you're not going to get through this without hitting a cone. Okay? So the first time I did this, and Kenn has done it, but when Kenn did it, I just had 1, 2, 3. I added a couple more just so that you can challenge yourself more. The last time I did it, it was left-handed. It was left U-turn dominant. Now it's kind of evened out, so you can work on both. I'll run through it. Again, this is a slow speed course. The slower, the better. Show how it's done, Kenn, with 2 ends. Ooh, which knee is the bad knee? Oh, thank God. Woo! That's right. All right, he's got to warm up. And he's got a bad knee, so when you have an injury, it's hard not to think about that injury. I'm nervous with his, go ahead, Kenn. I'm nervous with his right turns because if he gets nervous in the right turn, then it's that right leg coming down. And that's the one with the bad knee. You're good. Oddly enough, his right turns are better than his left. Have him come through this way. Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying. He said, I'm going to start practicing my left turns now. It's weird. There we go. You just got to warm up. You just screwed it up on the seat. There we go. There we go. Now guys, remember, whenever Rich is doing his exercises, he's kind of straight up and down. That's not going to work in here. When he went through when he went through the double serps, he was kind of straight up and down. But when you're going through here, you have to lean the motorcycle. Now Kenn's going kind of fast here. See, he's losing space. Going too fast.
Are you hitting full lock on your turn?
Sometimes. That's not it, you're just going too fast. Just slow it down a little.
I'm not getting full lock. I'm still not cutting the 60-foot turns like you are.
Oh, there's that right leg. Ah, I don't want him making right turns because the right knee is the bad knee. Hey, Kenn. I'm scared for you to make a right turn, I'm telling you, man, because that right leg is coming out. When you make your left U-turn, your floorboard is about this high off the ground. That's why that turn is not being made so easily. And then when you make a right turn, you're like this. What's going on today? It's like you're a bizarro guy. Yeah. Usually your left turns are way better.
I'm a right my best.
Oh, really?
Always.
Okay, that's what it shows. Okay, I didn't know that. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Supposed to be left-handed. I'm actually right-handed.
You're right-handed, exactly. Now, the reason I asked him if he's left-handed or right-handed is because I'm killing the notion that the reason that it's harder to make a left U-turn, I mean a right U-turn, is because I'm right-handed. No, it's got nothing to do with it. So that skid, notice that's you see what he just did? Now if he grabbed the front brake, he would have been laying down. That was the rear brake that skidded. No problem. You going? No, I was talking to Ken. All right, now Ken with one in, like I said, he doesn't have a problem leaning the motorcycle at all. Turn your head. You got to pick up your head, man. You got no problem leaning, so you're good. Okay, remember when I said if you turn late, if you turn your head late, you're gonna turn late? He's not turning his head until he's in the turn. It's too late. You got to turn your head before you turn the handlebars. Just watch my head. Don't look at anything else. Unless you want to look at something else. Because right here, even before I'm going to make this turn, I'm looking. Now, I also want you to realize that I'm not turning my head way before the turn. I know that's the part that's concerning. It's like I'm not looking where I'm going. But what I am doing is, as soon as I'm about to turn, look, turn. Everything's quick, and you look quick. Because when you're dealing with 18 feet, you don't have a lot of space to give up. So that's when everything starts coming into play. How quick you turn your head, how quick you turn your handlebars, and how fast you're going. If you're going too fast, yeah, you're taking up more space, and you don't have that space to give. All right, let's try it again, Ken, number one. No, number two. I got it. No. You all right? Yeah. Right leg, man. You're killing me. I'm gonna tell you guys, I got these cones from Amazon. These are some tough cones. It's a company owned by a husband and wife. They make them themselves. And I gotta say, I'm very happy with them. You know who else I'm happy with? Ken, because he ain't giving up. I kind of want him to because I don't want him hurting himself. All right, let's move to the decapitated snowman. All right, guys, so we're going to do the decapitated snowman. Because if I stay out here, Ken's just going to keep doing this. That's the kind of guy he is. And I admire that, but I also don't want him hurting himself. any further than he already is.
I don't know if I've ever done one quite that tight. I know it's 18 feet.
That's 18 feet. Well, I already know if you do it, you're going to do it from the right side. I mean, a right turn. Yeah. All right, decapitated snowman. Now, the difference is when we do 18-foot U-turns, in a U-turn, we're counting the space from this line to that line, 18 feet. But when you go out of that, like the corners, you actually have more space. What this is doing is making sure that the circle is only 18 feet. So from this cone to that cone, to that cone, to that cone, this cone to those cones, 18 feet. That's all you have all the way around. All right, and of course my motorcycle's in the southern hemisphere, so I gotta go get it. So like everything else, practice is the key. So when I first did this, the first time I worked with Tom that night, that was the first time I did this in a long time. And the first time I went through, I got to the top, I hit a cone. Second time I went through, the cone intimidated me, I fell. Then I got back up, Kenn style, did it 2 more times, because if I do it once, that's not enough. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I want to make sure it's not a fluke. The key to this is, when you come in here, bring your wheel all the way to here. And then immediately look at the exit and go for it. This is the first key. Bring the wheel right here. Look at that exit, go to that exit. Don't worry about anything else but the exit and where you place the wheel, because if you place the wheel too far out, you know, I tell you guys all the time, hey, don't cheat yourself in the figure 8. You can cheat yourself in the figure 8 and still be able to get out of it. It's just not happening here. You don't have the space to give. All right, so there's no guarantee I'm gonna make it the first time. I'll always tell you guys that. My ego, I leave all that on the curb when I first get here. But if I don't get it, I'm gonna look and see what the hell I did wrong, keep doing it until I get it. Have I done it before? Yeah, but I want to keep doing it. And if I do it right, if I do it left, which is easier for me, I got to do it right, because that's what's hard for me, meaning right turns. Oh, the sun, perfect timing. He's not looking at the exit. Gotta look at the exit. Your head is buried. Now Kenn's gonna go right first because right turns are easier for him, and that's what he should do. A little, but the main thing is you're not. As soon as you go to turn, you gotta look at this exit and just lean. You gotta lean. Don't put that foot down. He's got to come all the way right here. And then he's got to look and lean. Woo! That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, authority of me. Kenn is now banned from making any more turns, because I mean that right leg, that's the bad knee, keeps coming out. I'm gonna do it one more time, and we're gonna do some follow the leader, and that's it. I can't have Kenn getting hurt.
I will be back.
let's just follow the leader. And guys, when I go through that making a right turn, my heart rate is always higher. I don't know what it looks like, but I can tell you what it feels like. Especially that. It's unnerving. Because I have to concentrate so much more, where going left just feels effortless. So
Me last time you just dropped the brake.
exactly.
Right, you gotta, just
Exactly.
something about it.
It's real, man. It's real. All right, guys. So I added a special touch to the follow the leader, and I'm going to do this from now on. And it's based on the honor system. So the rules are, during follow the leader, if you hit a cone, if you put your foot down, if you grab the front brake, if you're riding on concrete like this where grass is on either side and you drive on the grass, you're out. That's the rule. But you're not out permanently. You're just being put into a penalty box. And you only have to stay in that penalty box for about a minute. And while you're in that penalty box, the rest of the participants are going to drive, or should I say ride, around you in a circle. Okay? It adds some competition to it, makes it a little more fun, a little more challenging. You know, some people just do better under pressure. Some people don't. All right? But those are going to be the new rules from now on. All right, guys? All right, so enjoy this follow the leader session. All right, guys, we're wrapping it up here, and I'm going to tell you guys, and I don't blow smoke, this practice session was probably the most fun I've had in any of the practice sessions, you know, and we got some new rules we're going to implement in the practice session in regards to follow the leader, just to keep things fun. All right, we're going to have some penalty box stuff going on. If you hit a cone, if you put your foot down, you grab the front brake. All right, if you ride into the grass, that's going to be a penalty, and you're just going to have to sit out for about 60 seconds, and then the rest of the riders are going to circle you in that penalty box. All right, that's Kenn's idea. That's something that these guys do in there. What do you call it again? The Shriners?
Shrine parades.
Yeah, that's what they do. If somebody, but theirs is different. If they drop the motorcycle, they don't help them pick it up. They just circle them. Okay, and I think that's a good idea. It's a lot of fun. All right, now parade's different because you're already embarrassed. There's a bunch of people looking, and they're not just circling you, but at the same time, it livens it up. It doesn't, because I think that's a good idea. It kind of livens it up. It's fun. It might be a little embarrassing, but you know, you got to have some thick skin. Anyway, we're going to talk to all of the riders before they go. These guys on their long journey back to South Carolina, and just see what they have to say. The first person we're going to talk to is Kenn. Now, Kenn, how's that knee?
I know I did it.
Okay. And you said you got surgery on Friday?
Surgery Friday morning.
Recovery is?
They tell me 3 days.
Okay. You guys saw I had to shut Kenn down. I mean, I love this guy. He just wants to keep going. And most of us are like that. We're men. We're stupid. That's why we need women in our life to tell us no, because we're stupid. We're grown boys. That's what I'll always say. We're grown boys. And we, you know, yeah. Anyway, Kenn, you came in at a 7.5. What would you rate yourself at? Is there any difference?
I think I went down a little bit this time. Just not in my game.
What would you give yourself?
I'll take it down to about 6.5. How about that?
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. He took himself down a whole point, 6.5. So what I'm going to say to you guys is, if Kenn's a 7.5, and I've seen Kenn, it's not like this is his first time here. If he has a bad day, I want you guys to know when I ask you how do you rate yourself in slow speed riding, I mean overall, not just for today. Now, if your overall rating goes up because you have a great day, that's one thing. But I don't want you to go down because you had a bad day, because it happens. And on top of that, like I said before, he's injured while doing this. It's impossible to ignore an injury because you're always going to be thinking about it, which means you're not going to be on your game. So I'll take his 6.5, but I don't accept it. Does that make sense? I'll take it, but I don't accept it. Whatever. It's a little whatever. Okay, Dick, did you have fun today?
I had a lot of fun today.
Good, and I had fun. I had fun with you here. You guys, you have a very good grasp of the friction zone. It's very smooth. Any difference in your rating?
I probably went up a half point.
All right,
I
what
feel
that bring
more
you to?
confident.
What
About 6.
6. Okay, very good. Kenn, did you have a good time today?
I always have a good time.
Good.
Always.
And that's what I like to hear.
Always have a good time with Robert.
Good. That's what I like to hear. All right. And I appreciate you guys coming out. Hunter, now this is Hunter's first full session of a practice session number 10. What did you rate yourself when you came in?
About a 3 or 4.
What would you give yourself now?
I'm still going to say a 3 or a 4. Just like I said, today wasn't my best, but.
Okay. Good. Did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I enjoyed having him here. A lot of fun. Thanks for coming out. And you see he put his bags back on. There they are. Ready to roll. All right. Okay. Kenn. Guys, you know how impressed I am? I know everybody's name. It's my preloader family, man. Kenn, any difference in your rating? Remind the people what your rating was.
I think I said about 6 earlier. I probably got a little bit better, maybe 6.25, 6.5.
Okay.
I mean, my confidence level really increased trying to make those tight 18-foot turns.
Yes.
I mean, I think I made 1 or 2, and that meant the world to me today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I swear, guys, I say to you guys, I want you all to know this. When I say, listen, we're just going to run through each exercise, and then afterwards, if you want to go back and work on something, that's fine. My intention is always to stay at an exercise just a few minutes. But if I see, because I know what Kenn's talking about, if I see, all he has to do is this, all he has to do is that, and I see it improving, I just want him to keep doing it. That's really what repetition equals retention. Just keep doing it, period. All right? All right, man. Thanks for coming out again. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
All right, Lloyd. And this is the name I thought I was going to forget.
How you gonna forget Lloyd?
Lloyd, exactly. Like Aaron. Lloyd, where did you rate yourself at?
3 to 5.
What would you give yourself now?
3 to 5. I still dumped the bike and.
Okay, we need a number, not a range.
4.5.
Okay, all right, it's perfect, right in the middle. How's your back?
It's sore.
Okay, and So what Lloyd told me is, listen, I'm an alpha. I'm watching him and I'm seeing he's hurting, but he wants to keep going. I love that spirit. I love it. But let me just go around. We got one spring chicken, maybe. But outside of that, we are not spring chicken, so we got to take it easy with ourselves. We heal.
I'm knocking close to 70 this year.
Exactly. We heal slower. You know, we got to remember that stuff all the time. I know in our brains, in my brain, I can still get on my motorcycle, no problem, on the low side until I do it and kick the bag. I got to go on the high side.
That's when you grab your pants leg and pull it over like I do.
All right. Did you enjoy yourself today?
Oh, I loved it. That was a great class. Great class.
Okay, good. And I want you to come back. I want all you guys to come back.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a class.
It's a practice session.
This is a practice session.
session.
Yeah.
But you're learning, so everything's a class. Yeah.
I like that. And listen, I know for a fact that when you look at this, there's nothing about this. There's not a class, but this is a practice session. All right. Last but not least, Jeremy with that M109 that you can hear the very distinctive sound. Can you remind the people what your rating was?
I said, I think I said 7.5, and that was way too high. That was way too high. I was humbled. I was humbled today, but
Okay.
I'd go with. Now I'm thinking 5.5.
5.5. Okay.
You know, but I gained a lot of confidence.
Yes.
I actually got a gauge on actually where I was. You know, with Kenn showing me different things, and then just coming out here and seeing everybody and then how it all came together. I really got a real good scope of even when you think you can do it, if you don't practice, it's not going to be there.
Exactly.
It's not going to be there.
Turn today.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And listen,
Yeah.
I say all the time, confidence is key. Because when your confidence goes up, you're going to be a safer rider, because now when something happens, when the unexpected happens, you're going to know what to do. You're not going to panic. So that's what the practice is all about. So I appreciate all of you guys coming out here. And now it's getting cold again. So, all right. So guys, that's gonna do it for us. These guys are going to take a nice long, well, it's 2.5 hours. You know, that's nothing. Exactly. Especially when you're in a nice truck. Yep. So I wish them well. Travel mercies for them. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And
Thank you for what you do.
thank you. And Kenn and Lloyd, please take care of yourselves. Soak if you got to soak. Do what you got to do. But take it easy, because I want you guys to come back out here. And you guys did very well today. I mean, very well. This was the best group I've had so far, really, as a whole. All right?
2 weeks.
All right, guys. 2 weeks. Ken said 2 weeks? All right, 2 weeks, guys. All right, guys. So, like I said, we had a good practice session. Now, we had a preloader show up. This is Marshall.
Hello.
Marshall, she's not on a motorcycle today. She just came by to see if we were here to say hi. And lo and behold, what do I find out today? Today is her birthday as well. So, 2772. I'm not giving her year, but it's 2775. So, I'm glad she came by. She didn't know it was my birthday. I didn't know it was her, so it was definitely a good surprise. So thanks for stopping by, dear.
No problem. I just want to say hey. Hi, everybody.
The preloaders, man. Preloaders unite. Oh, that's awesome. Marshall's leaving now. We got Kenn. The guy's got the trailers loaded up. All right, man. Take care. My pleasure. We got the trailers rolling out. We had 3 trailers here all together. That's the second one. And that's the third one. It's actually an open trailer. But guys, like I said, I'm, without any exaggeration, this was one of the funnest practice sessions that I've had, and that's because the guys did very well. They took instruction well, and very nice guys. Like I tell you guys all the time, I meet such good people doing this. This is one of the things that makes me want to keep doing it. It fuels me, The camaraderie that I have now with the preloaders is just amazing. Okay, the fact that Marshall came here on her birthday, not knowing it's my birthday, just to come by and say hi. The fact that Bill drives his pickup truck here, he doesn't have his motorcycle, but he still wants to come out here. That means something, all right? I told you guys I don't take anything for granted. That includes stuff like that, all right? Okay, so guys, If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit like, share, and if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that notification bell. All right, I don't want you guys to miss anything. And the best experience is to watch these videos in order. All right, that's probably going to be the best way to do it. That way you can kind of keep up with what's going on. There's my wife. All right, everybody's coming around, everybody's driving around. I love it. All right, guys, like I always tell you guys, you could be doing anything with your time, but the fact that you chose to spend a little bit of it with me, I use the term a little bit loosely because I know the practice session videos out of all of them are long, but I still appreciate it. Remember, guys, you can watch these videos at your own pace. All right, so if 20 minutes is that's the space, that's the time period until you zonk out, watch it for 20 minutes and then leave it alone. YouTube will save your spot. When you come back to watch it, it'll be right there. Save it into your the playlist, the watch later playlist, and it'll always be there for you to watch, okay? A lot of good information in these videos, a lot of good information. All right, so if you skip around, you might miss stuff. All right, so that's going to do it here. Again, as I say to you guys all the time, I love that you're practicing. If you want to send a video of yourself practicing to me, just send it to this email address right here on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and that video might make it at the end of a video as a feature. Preloader featured preloader practice session. Okay, I want everybody to see other preloaders practicing as well, not just the people out here, because I know you guys practice out there, and I love the fact that you practice out there. I want you to share it with all of us. All right, guys, I'd like to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there and know that you are appreciated. I'd like to give a special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, specifically Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Motorcycle District School, because that's who taught me how to ride this motorcycle. But remember, as I always say, guys, that's not where it stops. You have to continue to practice. It's a perishable skill. If you stop, you're going to lose parts of it. All right, so practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is a safer rider. Until next time, guys.